Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're starting off the week right. I'm going to be reviewing another one from a brewery you've heard me talk about plenty of times before. I've considered them probably my favorite brewery of all time, and just because I love their can art, I love their beers, I just love everything about them. And today we got, I think, the last one in this series. I think I've done a review for almost every single one in this series except for this one, and we're going to end it with a bang because today we got The Death of Civilization in Slow Motion 4. I think this is the final one for me to review out of the entire series. I think I've done every single one besides this one. This is a Hazy Imperial double IPA, hopped with Mosaic, Eldorado, Azeka, Motica, and Motier hops. Wow, I couldn't say that. But yeah, this guy comes in at a whopping 8% ABV, and I'm pretty damn excited because Adroit Theory always kind of like has this really nice theme where it's really high quality beers along with kind of keeping that metal theme that they always go through. So I'm pretty damn excited for this one. But before we actually, I just want to crack this thing. Screw it, because I'm really excited. So let's crack this guy and see what we get on the smell because I'm excited. Let's see what we get on the smell with this guy. Oh yeah, very hoppy already. Definitely gonna. A lot of the ones in this series have kind of stayed with like a kind of like a different, like, how do you say it? Like a kind of a way that they're all the same. They're not all the same, but they kind of stay in that same realm of being similar to each other. They always usually have a bright citrus note to them, but sometimes they change them up with the different hops they use. So I'm kind of curious what kind of different notes. I'm expecting some really nice tropical fruit notes, some like citrusy notes, but who knows? Because with each one of them, they kind of change it up. If it's more tropical fruit, if it's more citrus, let's see. We'll probably find out what this one's gonna be more of. But definitely getting that little bit of like a hoppy citrusiness to it. So I'm definitely getting that in there. Nice. I'm expecting some pretty nice like dank kind of hoppy flavors as well, like maybe some like forced floor kind of flavors. So let's pour this guy. And I can't drink a Death of Civilization beer without drinking it in the glass that kind of matches it perfectly. So let's pour this guy and see what this guy looks like on the pour. Yeah, already looking nice and hazy, just the way I like it. Give it a nice swirl around, make sure all that sediment's out there. Yeah, this should fill up the entire glass, which it is. Nice, pillowy, soft white head floating to the top. But yeah, this looks absolutely delicious already. Pretty damn excited. And you can kind of see the head already going through. I don't know if you can really see much on the bottom. Definitely has this nice, like, hazy color to it. Definitely getting more of like a grapefruity kind of on the smell now. So I'm guessing a lot of citrus is going to be in this one, plus just, oh yeah, this is going to be slight pineapple in there. Slight pineapple notes from the hops in there. Yeah, this smells absolutely delicious. But before we drink that, let's see what Untapped has to say about this one. Like, if you can't get your hands on anything from Adroit Theory, Untapped is a really cool thing where they kind of list similar beers to it, to where if you notice some of those similar beers might be something you can get your hands on, you may be able to get your hands on something to kind of get a similar experience. So they have 5 of them right here that I recognize some of these breweries already. So we got the Rendezvous IPA, they're 2020 from Anchorage Brewing Company. Let's see, we got the Too Juicy from Two Roads Brewing Company. Let's see, we got one from Black Stack Brewing called the Local Dream Universe. And then, I don't even know how to say this one, from Nightmare Brewing Company. But then you have the 420 strain G13 from Sweetwater on there as well. So that's kind of expecting me. There's definitely going to be some dank kind of cannabis-like flavors in there. More like kind of you would get off terpene profiles and that. Maybe like a piney kind of note. But yeah, so I'm expecting really nice tropical fruit notes, nice citrusiness, and yeah, a nice hazy Imperial IPA. So without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely has that really strong hoppy bite to it, which I really enjoy. Definitely has a lot of those like dank kind of flavors in there. Hits you right in the face with nice tropical citrus along with like a little bit of like tropical fruit notes in there. The most you're just going to get is bright like citrus, like orange and kind of stuff like that. And maybe there's a different kind of citrus in there that I'm getting that kind of helps with those tropical fruit notes, maybe helping enhance that pineapple a little bit out of some of the hops in there. But yeah, this is bringing off fantastic, like there's not really a booziness. It's an 8% ABV. So you might get a slight booziness to it, but Adroit Theory never really has the predominant of booziness when it comes to their Imperial IPAs, which is always nice. They're just trying to let those natural flavors of the hops speak for themselves, and I think they do a fantastic job. Plus, they add lactose in here to kind of bring in that like more pillowy mouthfeel. There's a nice bitterness that lingers on the tongue. It's not too bitter. It kind of washes away. Has like a nice, overall, really, really well balanced, really good Imperial IPA. So let's see what the actual description of this beer is. Untapped has the description right here. So what they say is, our 4th release of this series picks up where we last left off, outrageously juicy with an emphasis on tropical fruit notes and a minimal finishing bitterness. Bright flashes of orange, pineapple, and lime greet each sip with just enough bitterness to refresh your palate. So I think that's what that other kind of citrusiness I was getting at the end to kind of just cut away, maybe enhance more of those natural pineapple and like tropical fruit notes that would be brought out by those hops and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that I did an absolute fantastic job with this one. And looking right here, so like I said, 8% ABV. And with over 3,100 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.16 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. I would say that's anything above a 4 is definitely up there on the ratings, which I can always appreciate. And you pretty much know you're going to be getting a good drinking experience when you have something like that. But overall, yeah, absolutely fantastic. There's definitely a good amount of sediment here, so I like kind of like stirring it around in the glass a little bit, get that stuff kind of moving around, maybe have it break up a little bit. But of course, the sediment is just concentrated flavor to me, so once it gets to the bottom of the glass, it's going to be very, very concentrated and very like hoppy, pungent in my face, which is I'm going to enjoy a lot. So, looking at some of the ratings other people did. Let's see if I had any people on my friends list do it. Of course, you got my dad who did it. He gave it a 4 out of 5, which he did this one back in August. So, let's see what the global ratings are. So this guy checked it in, gave it a 4.5. Let's see, we got another 4 purchased at the Kinglers on Carsonia, maybe? I don't know. Looks like it's a restaurant in Reading, Pennsylvania. So you can get over in Pennsylvania. These guys are out of Percival, Virginia. So, of course, you're going to start seeing around Pennsylvania, around the D.C. area, all that kind of stuff. And plus, I've seen a lot of their stuff go overseas to like the Netherlands and all that stuff. I've actually seen their stuff show up in Australia as well, which is really, really cool. So, this guy gave it another 4 out of 5. This guy purchased it out of Europe somewhere. This guy gave it a 3.75. Let's see, 3.75. This person gave it a 2.75. Maybe they're not into like those crazy hazy IPAs. But let's see. A guy purchased off Tavor like I did, gave it a 4.25. Let's see, another 4.5 out of 5. Where is this one? Hamlin Distributors. Oh, it's a liquor store. Okay, so they purchased it in Hamlin, Pennsylvania. So let's see what else we got here. Another 3.75, another 4. A 4.25 purchase at the Foodery, which is, what's that? It's a beer garden in Philly. That's pretty cool. So you can get it all the way down to Philly, it looks like. So yeah, pretty good ratings. Some 3.75s, but overall getting a lot of ratings. There are at least a 4 and above, which is really good. So, and I can definitely see why. The flavors here are explosive. The hoppy flavors are speaking for themselves. They're bringing off those tropical fruit notes. They're bringing off this nice tropical citrus in there. That just makes it an overall really well balanced, really nice hazy Imperial IPA, which is always good. So let's start figuring out what we're going to do for ratings on this guy. So let's see. Can art. Do I even need to say anything? This can art is fantastic. Anything from the Death of Civilization series has amazing can art. They're always really detailed. It has that kind of apocalyptic kind of person sitting on a throne. Kind of almost reminds me of Game of Thrones a little bit with that throne. But has that kind of bandaged-faced person. Definitely has a lot of detail with the buildings in the background. Like it's kind of like a prison almost. You can definitely see the post-apocalyptic kind of look to it. So I think the amount of detail and the amount of like stuff they put into their can art is always fantastic. And plus they always like to do the pairings on here where they do food, cheese, cigar, and sometimes music, which they have a music one on here. So let's see. For the food pairing, they're wanting you to pair this with striped bass with black bean sauce and almonds. That actually sounds pretty good. And that's for cheese. You got Hook's 10-year cheddar. And for cigars, you have the 8's Hoppenin 1844 Reserve. And then for music, a band that I really enjoy, they got the song Exoplanet by the Contortionists, which is really nice. So, yeah, can art, the amount of detail they put in there, showing the pairings on there, showing the hops that they use, has everything you want. They didn't waste any space on this can at all. They always put so much detail on it and take advantage of the canvas they have to promote their stuff. So, easy 5 out of 5 for can art again. Anything for the Death of Civilization series just always gives me a really, really good feeling of if I saw this at a liquor store or bottle shop, my eyes would get glued to it. So that's always really good. So, yeah, 5 out of 5 for can art. Always awesome for those guys. So let's see. If I got this beer and a flight at Adroit Theory, would I get another one? Absolutely. I want to go to Adroit Theory and get a flight of all the Death of Civilizations and just enjoy all of them because each one of them are different in their own way, but they're all fantastic. So if you can get your hands on anything from the Death of Civilization series, do yourself a favor and do it. It's absolutely amazing. They're great hazy IPAs. They pretty much, if you're a hophead, these are the beers for you when it comes to that. They hit every note I look for. Nice hoppiness, nice bitterness to it. You're getting all those like different notes that the hops produces, like the tropical fruit notes, the citrus. I'm actually getting that little bit of a different citrus that maybe is bringing off one of the hops that adds like a lime flavor to it, which is always really good. Kind of balance out the palate and kind of washes away a little bit. So overall, yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm a really big fan of this one. So let's see what we're going to do for ratings on like our scale here. So let's see. I think I'm going to give this one a solid 8.25, almost 8.5. I think I'm going to stick with it 8.5 on this one, actually. 8.5 out of 10. Really, really good. If you can get your hands on anything from the Death of Civilization series, please do so. They release it. It's one of their their namesake series, I would say, for their hazy IPAs. They usually have at least one of them on tap at the brewery or available for purchase year-round, I think. So you can always most likely get your hands on at least one of them, which is really good. So yeah, if you can get your hands on this stuff, don't hesitate, just do it. That's what anything from Adroit Theory in general, just don't hesitate, just buy it. You'll probably have a good experience. They have something for everybody there. They have their sours, IPAs, stouts, barley wines, you name it. They have everything. So it's a really, really cool thing that they do over there. Plus their brewery looks really cool. It's kind of like a warehouse and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, awesome, awesome beer. So big shout outs to Adroit Theory for this one. Really, really nice. But other than that, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It'll help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Let you know whenever I go live doing another review. I have a couple more days off this week, so I'll be able to knock out some more reviews for you guys. So I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, if you want to see a social media aspect of beer drinking, get yourself on Untapped. The link to my profile is down in the description below for you guys. You could check in beers, get badges, see what other people are drinking, see what's popular in your area. And who knows, you might be able to see people like me, Wintucky, Ian, Dutchess is on there, Not the Real Gerard Butler, the Typhons, Sean and Lizzie, the Angry Hippies themselves. So there's a bunch of people on there that you can see what they're drinking, what's available near them, and hopefully you might be able to find some of that stuff near you, or you can just check on there and see what's popular in your area, which is really cool. But other than that, that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to say it like I always say before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time, people. Cheers.